Where's Mookie Betts? All right, we're talking here at the end of January, and we don't know where Mookie Betts is. Is he a Dodger? Is he a San Diego Padre? Or is he a Boston Red Sox? And when you have an 89 over-under, Mookie Betts better be a Boston Red Sox, okay? And if he's not, then you're not going to have 89. It'll be something else. But right now it's 89, and I'm suggesting that the Red Sox are still a very good team. That's the point. The Red Sox are still a very good team. Now, they just re-signed Mitch Moreland, but I'm not taking anything away from Michael Chavis. Because Michael Chavis, in my opinion, could be a pretty good first baseman. Now, he could also play a little bit of second base, that we know. Oblique injury last year. He's going to hit you at 260. He'll hit about 25 home runs and drive in about 75 runs. But, look, he was a bat-first prospect, as they say. Relative newcomer to playing second base, but he graded out okay. Didn't grade out that great, but he did a pretty good job last year. Had a 357 BABIP when he played, and this kid could be a pretty good player. So I'd like to see him. He'll get the bulk of the playing time at first base unless he slumps. He had an oblique injury last year. And Michael Chavis could be a very good, as a 24-year-old, very nice pick at first base. He could play second base, too. And that would be a boost with Dustin Pedroia obviously out. Michael Chavis could play second base. But I'm looking for Jose Peraza to play second base. And I'm counting on Peraza to be a sleeper. That's right, Peraza, a sleeper. When he came up, everybody was expecting big deal from him, and he didn't do too bad in his first year. Jose Peraza hit, 324, something like that? Did he hit 324? And 240 at-bats, if I'm not mistaken? Yeah, he came up and did a good job, and since then he's been kapooey. But this year he'll hit about 275. He'll hit you 7 to 10 home runs, and he'll steal you 15 to 20 bases. And that's what he does. He had a breakout season, of course, in 2018, like I said. And look, his exit velocity, his hard hit rate, his barrel rate were among the very worst in Major League Baseball. But he's still a good ball player. He can still hit you 280. He can still run, and he stole 7 bases and got caught 6 times. That I don't like. But I just think once he gets into the flow, I think Peraza is going to have a pretty good year. At shortstop, you got one of the best in all of baseball, and that's Andrew Bogaerts. And I'll say it again. You didn't buy a draft guide to learn about Xander Bogaerts. You didn't buy it. You know Xander Bogaerts, so he's only going to get better. Same thing with the switch hitter, Rafael Devers. He'll only get better as well. Now, Andrew Benintendi, the guy that I really was high on last year, don't let me scare you away, very high on him last year. I really went all in, and he didn't do it. But I'm not backing off on Andrew Benintendi. I think Andrew Benintendi will hit you around 290, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. Not bad, okay? He will his 3rd full year in Major League Baseball. So I like the kid. This is his 4th full year in Major League Baseball. I'm sorry. This will be it'll be his 4th full year. So still, he is growing. He's getting better. So I will take another shot on Andrew Benintendi. Look, his strikeout rate went up about 7 points. Pitchers were able to get him swinging and missing. Okay, they were getting ahead of him in the count. And that's something that players can adjust to. A little bit of good coaching, a little bit more patience. He's 25 years old. To me, he was too anxious last year to have a big year. So 285, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases for Andrew Benintendi as one of the outfielders. Red Sox, you know what? They got a pretty good team. If they can get Mookie Betts on this team, Jackie Bradley, if Mookie Betts stays, Jackie Bradley goes. Where he goes, who knows? Mookie Betts, J.D. Martinez. Red Sox, really not a bad ball club. But the pitching, Chris Sale, I've always taken the position that Chris Sale, when they extended his contract, you got to think the Red Sox really took a good look. I'll still go on that limb and say Chris Sale is going to be one of the top pitchers in the American League. I still believe it. If not, if he goes down with a shoulder injury, boy, I will say it's not how much money a franchise has, not how much money the franchise spends, it's how you spend it. And Sale is just, he'll have a one whip, he'll have 240 strikeouts, ERA will be somewhere around 3, got that elbow, he was cleared to begin off-season throwing, so he's ready to go. Shoulder was a big concern, but I think I would take Chris Sale if I had to. I have him in a couple of leagues. I have him in the Sirius Dynasty League, and I'm very happy. I got Sale and Scherzer in that league, so we'll see how that works out for me. Moving right along. The other pitchers, David Price, who knows where he's going to be. Eduardo Rodriguez, they also have Nate Eovaldi and Martin Perez. I can only say with Eovaldi and Perez, you got to tread very lightly. And with David Price, where is he going to be? Is David Price going to be in St. Louis? Is David Price going to be? Who knows? Is he going to go with Mookie Betts? Is he going to have a 3.9 ERA and a 1.3 WHIP and 150 strikeouts? If you're in an only league, you can't even draft him if you lose him when he gets traded to the National League. Can't do it. All right, so that's what you can't do. Who's the closer in Boston? Oh boy, who's the closer in Boston? Well, let's talk about Eduardo Rodriguez. Okay, I didn't want to overlook Eduardo Rodriguez because he's a player that really is a lot of mixed feelings about Eduardo Rodriguez. But I'll tell you what I think. I think he's a pretty darn good pitcher. And if he wins you 15 games with a 3.7 ERA and a 1.2 WHIP and 200 strikeouts, much maligned. He won 19 games last year, okay, with a sub-4 ERA. His WHIP was high, his strand rate kept those runners from scoring, but a 16-1 strikeout to walk rate is pretty decent. He's going to be a nice pitcher. Hopefully the Red Sox don't go trade happy and trade away everybody and really start to tank it. I don't know. They got a pretty good chance I'll tell you what, if they do trade Mookie Betts and just get prospects, with the Yankees are going to be a tremendous bet to win this Eastern Division, okay? The closer in Boston, right now you got to say it's Brandon Workman. I take a look at the rest of the Heath Hembree, the number 1 draft pick from Rice by the Giants, has never, ever really emerged as a closer. Darwinzon Hernandez could sneak in as a closer. If you're drafting Brandon Workman, then you want to back him up with Darwinzon Hernandez. You got that at the catcher spot. If I didn't tell you, Christian Vasquez had a great year. I think he was a big beneficiary of the ball. Kevin Plawecki, very nice backup, but I'll look for Vasquez to hit about 15 to 20 home runs. That's not bad from an inexpensive catcher. There you go. The Red Sox, 89. Hard to say. Without Mookie Betts, definitely under. 25-1 and 12-1. Speaking now, you just got to pass up on the odds.